Good evening, everybody. I am John Locke, and this is the Locke in Your Success Trade and Market Update for July 28th, 2013. We will be posting some of these videos on SMB Training and therefore are including their disclaimer. Please read it thoroughly and be aware of what's in here because it is important. Moving on to our disclaimer, any information contained in this presentation is for educational purposes only. We're not broker-dealers or financial advisors, and we are not making specific trade recommendations. Any trades and/or results in this presentation may or may not be live trades. In the event it is a computer-simulated trade, the results are believed to be as accurately represented as possible. Also, the risk of loss in trading options can be substantial, so please be aware of all your risks prior to placing any trades. Also, if you're watching this on SMB or YouTube, take a look at lockeinyoursuccess.com and join our mailing list. And take a look at our ROCK M3 and Bearish Butterfly video series and stay tuned for our programs that are currently in development. All right, let's take a look at the markets. If you can recall from last week, we were expecting the Russell to stay in a rather tight range and possibly drop a little bit. We pretty much opened where we stayed up and Russell was in a tight range. From here going forward, I would expect much the same. If you see what's happened the last two times we came up to a major resistance level, this time we had a really tight sideways consolidation, a hard drop off. This here was a little bit wider of a consolidation. And more or less that's what we're expecting, possibly a drop into the 1030, maybe the 1020 area, but more likely around the 1030 area. And if we go up at all, it's just going to kind of creep up a little bit higher, maybe 1060 or so, and hold that range most likely for the week. So that's what we're planning. And if you're looking at the other indices, it's pretty much the same deal. On the SPX here, we'll probably break this trend line. I do still think that we're going to come into expiration right around this range here, which would imply a continued sideways move, possibly a shot down at 1650, and more or less stay in this range here. If we're taking a look at NDX, we're expecting a consolidation in the range we've set from this support level here at around 3,025 to around 3,100. Continued sideways movement. And for the Dow, we're expecting this to level off as well and stay between 15.3 and maybe come a touch higher to around 15.6. So that's pretty much what's in store for the market. And unless we get some news one way or the other, it's likely to be a fairly boring week. Let's hope that holds true because it'll do really well for our positions. Speaking of that, let's take a look at our positions. Let's first go to this V condor for August. As you remember, we put this on right at the bottom of this run. We've had a horrendous upside run, and the market's just been continuing to climb. The only adjustment that's been made to this was on Monday when we were up around 1053. Let's just shoot back to Monday before our adjustment. If you take a look at this, we had our shorts at 1070. We had 10 of them. We had our longs at 1100. We had our straddle here at 1000. And for the put sides, we were at 930 and 900. This is what our position looked like on Monday. This continued up run has been taking its toll. What we ended up doing is rolling these puts up significantly and also rolling these calls out, I believe 20 points. So let's take a look here. Right now we're at 1070. We rolled up to 1090. We bought back 10 1070s, sold 12 1090s, and rolled our longs out to 1120. I completely removed the straddle because it's getting late in the trade, and I just assume maximize our theta here, see if we can get our money back and move on. And we rolled our puts from 930 all the way up to 990 just to get some credit. So this is what our current position looks like now. We are currently down approximately $2,400, which is about halfway to our maximum loss number. If the market does do what we expect it to do and maintains a relatively sideways posture, then we should be able to squeak something out of this and move on to the next trade. As far as the next trade, let's take a look at our V condor for September. If you remember, we had a straddle at 1040. We had our shorts up here on the call side at 1130, our longs at 1060, and for the put side we had our shorts at 950 and our longs at 920. put us in a position that looks like this. We have not had to make any adjustments since we put this on, and this is the current position. As of right now, it is up approximately $1,000, and it is doing well. The next position we have on would be our August ROCK position, which also was put on after the market kind of flattened out here, so we've really had no adjustments whatsoever. We have 10 butterflies at 1070. We have 5 butterflies at 1070. We have 10 butterflies at 1030. The position's currently up about $3,900, and our delta is looking good, and this is what our position looks like right now. As per the guidelines of the trade, if the market creeps up, we'll be adding into these 1070s and then eventually adding into the 1090s. Otherwise, we're going to sit here, and if the market comes down, we're going to roll back. So that is the ROCK position. We also have a September Bearish Butterfly on, which is at the 1020 strikes, and is down slightly, but it's doing just fine. And here we are. The market is currently, as of 3:30 on Friday, was at approximately 1047. And this is how we sit here. We have an add point at 1060. This is due for a delta theta roll, which means we're going to roll a 1020 to 1040. If the market stays up here another day or so, we will roll that. But as of right now, I'm not that concerned about it. I'm a little bit more concerned about the downside than the upside. So we'll let this hang here. And like I said, if it sits a couple days this week, then we will roll to the 1040 as we should. And certainly if we go up to our 1060 add point, this is going to be rolled to 1040. We'll add the 1060, and we will trade it from there. The only other trade that's currently on is the August M3 trade, which was put on very late. It was put on 28 days to expiration. And that trade currently looks like this. We had started with our 1010 broken wing condors, which is synthetically a 1010 butterfly with 1010, 1030, and 1010, 1040 verticals. And we've been gradually rolling out our 1030 shorts to 1040 shorts all week. We did one on, if you take a look at the T-log here, we did one on Monday. We did one on Tuesday, we did one on Thursday, we did one on Friday. We're currently sitting here with 10 short 1010s, 10 long 960s, 2 short 1030s, 8 short 1040s, and 1 1020 call. We are about minus 50 delta. We're positive theta, we're negative vega, and we're up about 342. In actuality, by the time we closed out, we were up closer to $600 here, but either way, it's relatively flat. And if the market does what we expect it to do, then this should come right into line, and we should have a good month here. So let's see if that happens. If not, we will fight the good fight and ride it out. So that's all we've had on for positions. That's all I've done for adjustments. Like I said, it's been a rather quiet week. We expect continued sideways movement and another quiet week this week. We shall see if that comes to pass, or if we get some sort of news or the traders decide they want to really push the market one way or the other. And if they do, we'll keep you updated with any changes. Thank you and good night.